Alrighty guys, welcome to the grind. We're going to jump right into this video. I had a question posed of how to use the Tiger P, and I initially had a bad record with this tank, but I figured out how to use the German tanks. So the German tanks have phenomenal guns, and this tank is it was a concept tank by Porsche, who was tasked with designing a version of the Tiger, and it was supposed to have an electric diesel engine. So it had a propensity of getting set on fire, and therefore was never put on the battlefield. And the same is true. You really want to guard the sides and the back of this tank because it will catch fire. Or you definitely want to use your fire extinguisher, multi-kit, and track repair. So right now I'm pretty much stock. I don't have the rammer or any of the tier 1 modules unlocked as far as the equipment. So what you want to do with this tank, it has a little trick to it. So you want to show half your face and cover the left side of the cupola. So it's a weak spot, but you can use it to troll your enemies. So right here, the benefit of this gun is that it's got a super fast reload, and it is accurate and has a high penetration rate. Boom. I'm able to hit him twice. He did manage to pen me, but that is an ISU 152 tier 8 tank, so it will pen me. So as you can see, I'm side scraping, and I'm not going to allow him to get a clean shot on any part of my body. The key thing with this tank, guys, is you want to go cover the hard cover as much as possible. And right here, it is mobile enough to get by in the battlefield. If you use double fuel, it will definitely increase your speed by a good rate. But I'm going to show you an example of the accuracy of this gun. Lupus is engaged. The pen is excellent on this gun, just with regular AP ammo, and I'm just wrecking this guy. As you can see, I could have squeezed a shot there. Lupus gets him, and now I concentrate on an SP. So had I been engaged with the SP, I would have engaged him, but for some reason he decided to ignore me, and now he's going to pay the price for this. And you're going to see a great example of the excellent gun handling on the top gun on the Tiger P. Boom. So as you can see, now I'm shifting around, looking for targets, and I'm either going to look primarily for medium to long range engagements, or 2 versus 1 engagements, or 1-on-1 versus engagements. So right here, I'm going to try to take that Prince down. I'm already on the reload, and I know the Black Prince is similar to this tank. Now notice how I was just a little bit high and it bounced. But I adjust my shot for this second shot. He's dancing around. He's dead. So as you can see, guys, you can compete with many tanks at tier 7. Definitely tier 6. You can lead the assault in tier 6. You will put the hurt on any tier 6 tanks. They can't take you. So right now I'm looking to, again, use and position your tank very wisely. You can be aggressive, but don't be stupid. As you can see, peep in, shoot, back the heck up. It does have, it's quick guys. It is quick enough to get in and out of shots. So now I'm gonna try to basically confuse the enemy and position myself where I get a 1-on-1 situation, or make these tanks fight 2 to 3 fronts. And this is how you play the Tiger P properly. Honestly, you have to be very smart. This tank will teach you how to be a very efficient, smart player. Boom. As you can see, I made a mistake. I was too flat, but I was hoping that the AT would peep out. I made a mistake, but you know, you want to minimize those mistakes. Here I see the IS-6. Boom. Bounced the shot, but enough to distract him. My teammates take care of him, and here we see it. I know now I can try to get this last kill here. You have to be patient. I see his turret away. Bam. So just buying this tank back, I win this match, and it's a victory. So hopefully you guys see that it's really, the key is positioning your tank correctly and not putting yourselves in bad situations. The key thing is, again guys, as you can see, I almost got a master bash on my first battle, in this tank, buying it back. And you know, the German tanks get a little bit tricky to use at higher tiers, especially because basically it's almost similar to a low, guys. It's slow, but the gun is amazing. And you know, it will definitely, you know, it's a tank that you don't want to take lightly, even at tier 8. So it's a tank that needs to be respected. It's just not utilized correctly by many players. As you can see now on this particular map, I'm going to an area where I need as much hard cover as I can. So think about these rocks, these walls as your armor. If you think about it as your armor, then you can basically take good shots and conserve hit points. As you can see, I'm going slow. You have to be very deliberate, very thoughtful about your positioning. So here I'm looking to make sure that all the corridors are clear before I go into any areas, so I don't take damage by multiple tanks. Another thing that you guys want to do is, a lot of people are playing by steering with their gun aim. If you see that bar in the middle, to my middle right, that's the lookabout. I drive with the lookabout quite a lot, so it enables me to aim my gun down and drive my tank without having to sacrifice the position of my tank, if that makes sense. Boom. As you can see, I'm using the bushes, I'm using the walls as my armor and supplementing, you know, the armor of my tank. Boom, look at this gun handle. It's a really great gun. So now I do see that bulldog to the right. I should be fairly safe to take some more shots if I can get some more open shots. And the lookabout enables me to really spin around and look and move my turret. Now you'll notice I'm going to start pre-aiming my turret. Look, I'm turning towards the Panther already, and I'm now driving with my lookabout. A lot of players don't do this, and you need to be able to do this with these type of tanks. As you can see, I'm already aimed down. I've saved time. Bam. So you have to play and know how to drive these tanks extremely well. The lookabout's really key. So now, as you can see, guys, I haven't exited any of the hard cover at all, because this tank needs to be you have to guard its armor very carefully. So now I'm going to try to hit the soft rear of these guys. I know the emo's to my right, left, and I'm going to try to flank these guys. But honestly, none of these tanks can really take me on, especially with their hit points low. I can actually take these two on by myself if I need to. Tiger shows up, and look at this, guys. Look at the accuracy. Bam. So as you notice, guys, I never exited cover, and look at my damage. I suffered no damage at all in this match. Now we're gonna go to Supreme. Let's look at the stats, and you'll see my stats are pretty good in this match. So now we're gonna go to a match, and a supremacy match, and I was actually abandoned by my team at a cap point, and this is not a good scenario for this tank. We did win this match. I try to hold off the flanks so they wouldn't push as hard, and because sometimes you do die, but you want to push, you want to hold them off as best as you can. And right here, guys, you're gonna see that you can get bounces with this tank, especially when they have low penetration guns. So you want to slightly wiggle and angle your tank to a slightly less sharper degree of 45 degrees, and you're gonna notice I'm gonna bounce a lot of shots. Unfortunately, for some reason they've blitzed to A, and I'm gonna be left alone, and I know that I have to try to cap this and try to capture points, and I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna get overrun at this point. So right there, I hit the guy at a steep angle. He's angling his Panther really well, and you know, the gun, it failed me a little bit here, but actually, you know what, now you can see I'm getting hit. But you're gonna see how if you angle your tank, 225 bounce, 160 bounce, another bounce, 2 bounces. You see all the bounces, guys, but unfortunately here is what you don't want to happen. You get overrun, you get killed, and you don't want a 2 versus 1 scenario with this tank. Again, so now I'm on to another match, And it takes discipline, it takes a lot of patience. You want to engage from medium to long range with this tank. Medium to long range engagements are in the best interest of using this tank. You can brawl if you have hard cover and you abuse the hard cover. As you can see here, guys, I'm constantly on the lookout to make sure that I am traveling very carefully and making sure that I have teammates around. You cannot be left alone with this tank versus 2 to 3 tanks. You will die and your win rate will be really bad. And it's taking a lot of patience to learn this type of gameplay, but you have to adjust to the type of tank that you're running. And this is like the low and the Tiger P are very similar in that aspect. You want to be able to, basically put yourself in the best possible situations. So right here I'm looking for medium to long range engagements if I can, and as you can see I'm looking for rocks and hard cover yet again, and I'm making sure my rear is protected. The tank is quick enough, guys. It's not the fastest, but right now I'm not even running double fuel. If you run double fuel and adrenaline, this thing becomes a pretty good powerhouse. I don't have a rammer on it, so I'm at a 7.5 reload. So I'm scanning the field. As you can see, I'm using my cover, the rocks, the bushes, whatever I can use to make my armor better. And basically these rocks are my armor. These bushes are the thing that I'm using to cover up my spots. Now notice the accuracy at medium range. Bam. So it is an excellent sniping gun, and it rarely does not miss. As you can see, once I get my shots, I get spotted. Hide yourself. The gun depression isn't that great on this gun, so you do have to be aware of that. It does have some, but not a lot. And as you can see, guys, I'm looking for targets. The best scenario for this type of tank is 2 versus 1 with your teammates, or 1 versus 1 in worst case scenario. As you can see, that I'm low against the Dracula, but you're gonna see that with this gun I can punish this Dracula, and he knows it. You see, he knows that he may bounce 1 or 2 shots off of me, so he runs. Look at the accuracy of this gun. Bam, I hit him on the run, hit him, and so as you can see, guys, you have to pick your engagements extremely judiciously. Judiciously means that you're being very thoughtful of the movements that you're making. You have to, this is a thinking man's tank. This is not, an imbecile's tank where you just charge in and think you're Rambo. You have a 7.5 reload, and you only get so much health, so you have to protect your hit points. So right here, guys, you're gonna see I'm trying to manufacture engagements, and once you get good with this tank, you'll know that you won't be afraid to go up with some tanks. Now you're gonna see how great look at that front. It is all red. So boom, I'm at the same angle as the tank. I bounced a 400 shot, and you can get bounces if you have the right degree and angle. Boom, another 310 bounce. They cannot pen this tank if you got a good decent angle. The Tiger P did manage to pen me, but now I know that I cannot take 2 to 3 tanks on with 1 tank. With this tank I will die. So now I turn around, I get the soft target, the STA1, and I try to basically join up with my other teammates. So right here, what I'm going to do is my cupola cannot be shown, so I'm going to bait them because they're going to want to try to shoot my cupola. So I'm baiting them, but I'm low enough to know that they're not going to get a good shot on me, and I'm going to wait for my team to regroup and to hopefully flank and engage these guys and make them turn around. So patience is the key. Notice slow, deliberate, calculated movements. You have to calculate your movements. So as you can see, it does not have the depression to go up there, and as you can see, I'm using my look about button. Now the Tiger turns, boom, and that's the worst angle for a Tiger P. So now I'm in the clear, and I'm going to engage these tanks, and you're gonna see that I need to be at a sharper angle. He hits me for 429, I get a good pen, he's dead. And this is the worst position for a Tiger P. So, boom, you saw that? He was on fire, caught the back of him, and his game over. Okay, guys, hope you enjoy the video.